Hey guys, Andre the Farmer here, and today I want to talk to you guys about microclimates. Now, microclimates are critically important to how your garden is going to sort of produce and whether trees are going to be successful. Because when you look at a forest has different trees growing in different places. And some of that is random, but a lot of that is because you have different microclimates in different areas of the forest. So today we're going to talk about different microclimates that I have here on my property, and I'm going to go through a bunch of different areas and what I think grows best in those different microclimates, okay? Stay tuned. So one of the most basic types of microclimates is shade, how much sunlight there is. So there's areas in my yard that get almost full sunlight and there's areas that get partial sun. So part of understanding microclimate is understanding which plants require a lot of sun and which plants require shade. So right here we have a coffee plant, and this plant is planted in this microclimate right here for two reasons. One, because it loves shade. It's an understory plant, so it's used to growing in the understory amongst other trees. So I have in the shade here, it's lush, it's green, it's growing, and this is coffee. The other reason why I have this plant here is also because it's cold sensitive. So the other aspect of microclimate is temperature. And right now in this spot right here, we don't get a lot of sunlight, but in the winter, we also don't get a lot of cold air. These trees create a little microclimate or a little pocket where this tree can stay a little warmer than the ambient temperature. So another type of microclimate is the amount of moisture that you have in the soil. So here we are really close to this lake, and I grow the things down here that really love moisture. So here we have sugarcane, which loves to have its feet wet. We have bananas, which can't get enough water. And we have everything that loves water down here really close to the lake, so we're not trucking water all the way up that hill and wasting energy. We're gonna plant the things in the microclimates that they actually prefer. Here we also have a good amount of morning sun as well, which is another aspect of this microclimate, which makes it ideal for having sugarcane, bananas, guavas, all kinds of things that love to have sort of moist soil. So now there are microclimates that occur naturally in your yard, but there are also microclimates that you can create, or at least you can utilize some man-made microclimates. Like for example here, this is a starfruit tree or a carambola. Now the thing about starfruits is they really are not really wind tolerant. They don't like a lot of wind. It breaks their branches off. They really can't handle it. So one of the things that I've done is I've planted a banana right in front of it here. And eventually these bananas are gonna grow up. There's gonna be multiple stalks and it's gonna be a windbreak. And once again, it's gonna create a microclimate that's gonna help protect this tree. So here I am next to the house, and this is a microclimate that kind of I created or kind of already exists, but it's up against the house. This is a cacao tree or a cocoa tree. This is what produces the cocoa pods that make chocolate. Now, this is a tree that's not supposed to grow in this climate. I'm in zone 9B in Central Florida, and this is a tree that's not supposed to grow this far north. The reason I can grow it this far north is because I've created a microclimate here. So I have the tree on the south side of the house, so all year it's gonna get sunlight passing all the way across here. Also, it's right up against the house. So when it does get cold in the winter, there's gonna be ambient heat that comes off of this house and it's gonna keep this little zone here a couple degrees warmer than the rest of the area. We also have plenty of wind breaks as well. So this area here could be 4 or 5 degrees warmer than the ambient temperature. So that's a great way to create or utilize a microclimate in order to grow things that you ordinarily couldn't grow. So ultimately, there are many types of microclimates. Some of them are natural, some of them you can create yourself, some of them you can utilize actual man-made structures, but microclimates are gonna be the key to you having success. Because remember, in a forest, you know, most things don't grow out in the middle of a field. Like we get used to having trees being in an orchard all lined up. That's not the way nature works. So most of these trees are not pioneer plants. Banana plants don't grow out in the middle of a field. They actually grow in a forest. So a lot of these things that we think of as plants that need to have full sun and have full water and have everything, a lot of them can grow under really sort of not optimal conditions in our mind, but they're optimal conditions for those plants because that's the way they grow in nature. So next time you're gonna plant something, I want you to think twice about like, where does this plant grow in nature? Is it a plant that grows out in the field? Is it a plant that grows in a jungle? And try to take that into consideration into where you're gonna place your plants, all right? So focus on microclimates. It's tremendously important and it'll help you have a much better garden, all right? See you guys, bye.